Well, here's another big star on the AAUW red carpet. Thanks for stopping by to answer a few questions. Just in case someone doesn't recognize your famous face, tell us who you are and what AAUW work the Academy is recognizing you for today.
Well, thank you, Sandy. It's an honor to be here. I am Dawn Johnson, and I am heading up the production studio known as the Communications Committee. And I'm here tonight to accept this award on behalf of that entire Communications Committee.
Releasing a movie takes a lot of fanfare, posters, social media, movie trailers, etc. What kind of promotions has the communications department done this year?
You should be asking me, what promotional things did we not do? Because the only things that we didn't do are like smoke signals or secret decoder rings. Because we are charged with promotion, that is our raison d'etre, as the French say in the biz, we are constantly doing emails. We are doing social media posts, which promote all of AAUW's activities and webinars and committee projects, as well as the AAUW mission in general. We do lots of website work, splashy pages, constant announcements. They're always up to date and timely and good looking. We put out the California Connection, which is a newsletter meant to engage members, meant to be informal and conversational. We put that out to over 10,000 members every month. And we also put out the board-to-board newsletter, which is more serious stuff for the branch leaders, but also promotes everything that's going on within AAUW.
It sounds like you have a cast of thousands that are helping you with all of this. I'm sure it's not quite that many, but do you want to say anything about those people who helped with getting all this?
Surprisingly, I actually do. Our cast is very, very small. So we have about 11 members on the committee. And I think what's notable is that those members have to work all year long. We are not a committee that gets to take breaks in between productions. We are on.
How do you know if your movie, so to speak, has been a hit?
First of all, they tell us, particularly when we send out the California Connection every month. Often use the Connection as a chance to make commentary on some of the decisions that the board is making. And another way that we now know are able to get some feedback from our members is that we've instituted a survey process with our webinars. So end of each webinar, we have a survey. So we have a chance to see if they're effective, if the webinar is effective.
If they gave out a special Academy Award for your work, what would they call it? The best what?
The best use of a red pen. My team also suggested that we should get the award for the Best Cinematography Award for our Zoom webinars. We should also get the Best Screenplay Award for the materials that we write, because we write so many materials, often for other committees. And that, of course, we should get Best Film Editing. And I just want to mention again how much we beefed up our social media this year. That was something innovative that we did this year. So we've done some really effective campaigns that are new. And what's different is that we're writing social media posts about us, about AAUW California. I urge the members to take a look at them because there's a lot of great stuff. We celebrate branch anniversaries. We celebrate certain days of the year, like crazy things like Call a Friend Day. We tie that into AAUW, and of course things like Women's History Month, but we personalized it all to our organizations. So
thank you.
Right. Well, hello, Stormy. Thank you for joining me on the red carpet. It's really nice to see you today.
Thanks for having me.
And what are you here for today? Can you tell our audience what award you're receiving?
We are receiving the award for the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Award. AAUW Award.
Films have so many different genres. There's action, there's drama, there's comedy, there's science fiction. There's something for everybody. How has the DEI committee encouraged branches to offer something for everybody too?
I think the most important thing is that diversity, equity, inclusion is really relevant to all of our work. So you can't talk about membership and recruitment without being reflective and intentional and being representative of the community you serve. You can't talk about public policy without thinking about issues of equity and inequities. If you're aiming to engage colleges and universities, you can't do that work without recognition that most higher education institutions are centering DEI in their mission, vision, and values. And programs and events that we offer should really link to our mission, which is rooted in advancing equity for women and for girls.
Is there anything that you'd like our TV viewing audience to know about your accomplishments this year?
Sure. So, there's huge thanks to the DEI committee and then all those that are serving as chairs and coordinators across the state who are actively lifting up discussions around issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion locally. Some of our big accomplishments include engaging members across the state and even a bit outside of the state in 2 DEI statewide chats. We had one in November, we had one in March, and bringing together our chairs and coordinators of DEI through Let's Talk DEI, which is our peer group. And I'm excited to share that our next session of Let's Talk DEI, we've had one, but we'll have another one coming up in May. So more to come on that.
I want you to think about this award and tell me if you could name it just for your committee. What would you call it?
Yes. So this is where I would say that perhaps Best Supporting Actress best fits the DEI committee. It's given in honor of an actress who has delivered an outstanding performance in a supporting role. And our goals have really centered supporting our membership through conversations around DEI, around accessibility, justice, cultural humility has come up, why representation matters, differences between equity and equality, experiences of marginalized and minoritized groups. We're supporting branch leaders, branch members, state leaders, stretching our understanding around DEI and its direct ties to the association's mission. So it's how our organization stands a chance of surviving and thriving. And so this support, we think, is really central to the work and would be honored to receive this award and have received it.
Great. So we know that movies have some core elements like plots, settings, characters. Are there any core elements that you think of when you think about the work that DEI is doing?
Yeah, absolutely. So meeting norms, community agreements to center the conversation around what we need from one another to be most supportive and productive has been huge recently. An agenda that ties directly to the success plan, our articulated goals, and a review of who's responsible for shepherding the work has also been some of our more recent work and really how we started out 2023. It didn't start that way when we began this work back in August, September, but with any big hit, you've got talent at the table, but it takes time to learn what each actor needs to perform the best. And then there's the script, right? Learning the lines, how to best make the production seamless. It doesn't always start off pretty or perfect, and there's always bloopers, but we learn from the mistakes.
Speaking of those mistakes or those bloopers or those opportunities to learn, has the DEI committee faced any challenges that could have caused or did cause a green splat on the Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter this year?
Yeah, absolutely. So this goes back to, learning from one another, identifying the strengths of each character, and leveraging those strengths for a stellar performance. And, I think the truth of the matter is, like for all of us, even in this space, sometimes technology just isn't our friend, but we exercise grace in the space and we learn and we keep moving.
Tell us who the audience is for your work.
Yeah, so we believe everyone is the audience, with particular attention to every member of AAUW. Our very AAUW mission speaks to advancing equity for women and girls. So every one of us has to think about who is represented, who's not, who feels a sense of belonging, and who doesn't feel seen and heard, how our biases may show up, intent versus impact. And also, discussions around harm and repair work. So these are things that I think should resonate with probably every member. And so we think that the touch point is everyone within AAUW.
Well, thank you, Stormy. It's been a pleasure to have you on the red carpet with me today. It looks like somebody just came in from the outdoors. Thanks for joining us, Shauna. Welcome to the red carpet.
Hi, Sandy. How are you
Hi.
this afternoon?
I'm doing great. So can you tell me what area you're from, what committee you're from? Let our audience know in case they don't recognize you.
Sure. I'm Shauna Ruyle. I'm GovTrek Program Director, and we are creating a more diverse, equitable, and inclusive government by launching a new virtual statewide program to elevate the next generation of women leaders.
We know that GovTrek just had a big opening night, and we hope to see many more sequels. What went best for the new state project?
It's been so inspiring to see 16 participating women leaders and legislators show up and fully support the political ambitions of GovTrek students. We couldn't be more grateful.
So what would you like our TV viewing audience to know about your accomplishments this year?
Together with AAUW California leadership, the amazing GovTrek committee has taken an initial civic education pilot program to a statewide virtual program serving high school girls across California. This virtual program for high school junior and seniors is designed to elevate the next generation to pursue careers in public service and elected office. With over 5 two-hour sessions, students have engaged in interactive and inspiring activities with exposure to women legislators, career options, and the inner workings of a political campaign, all culminating in a group competition to create a realistic campaign simulation.
So we know that movies have ratings. There are IMDb scores, there are reviews. What are the important numbers that you'd like to share about GovTrek?
You know, Sandy, just reporting on the gender leadership gap is not enough to close it. We encouraged 105 diverse young leaders from across California to register for the first inaugural GovTrek program. These girls represent over 40 AAUW California branches and 92 California high schools, joining GovTrek to explore careers in politics. We want political parity, not political charity. Women hold approximately 30% of local public office and even less at the state, congressional, and executive levels of government. We are creating a pipeline to close this gender leadership gap.
Some movies are very innovative. You can think of Star Wars, The Sixth Sense, Toy Story. They're all innovative in their own time. What was innovative about GovTrek this year?
This new generation of young leaders is innovative. They are the stars of our show. These ambitious girls committed 5 Saturdays to civic education and took the initiative to work on campaign teams to simulate a realistic political campaign, including a stump speech, a voter outreach plan, and a digital campaign ad. Ultimately producing a 6-minute campaign video for entry into the state-level GovTrek campaign competition. You will be amazed, like we were, by the quality of these productions.
And I think we're going to see our winning team later today. Some movies face some challenges. Sometimes they get a green splat on the Rotten Tomato meter. Did you have any production issues this year that caused a green splat?
Oh yes, many skeptics questioned our approach to offering a leadership program for girls only. Our public policy director, Kathy Harper, has the perfect response. Just look at the paucity of women in leadership, and you too will see the need for a women-only program like GovTrek.
So what can we expect from our next film release, Shauna?
We welcome you to GovTrek 2024 by participating as an active AAUW California branch, referring students, participating as a committee member, a breakout room facilitator, or as one of our many devoted fans. Let's inspire the next generation of women in leadership to make a positive impact in the world.
All right, Shauna, let's call that a wrap. Let's go out and enjoy the rest of the event today.